This is Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Don't shake your body.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
When the talk show was ending, I was like kind of secretly excited that it was over because I did not really enjoy doing it.
Whoa.
What? That,
Wow.
Truth be coming.
Bethenny Frankel has joined us.
Yay!
I didn't catch that at the end of the clip. You didn't enjoy doing your talk show?
I didn't enjoy it. I felt guilty saying that because there were 200 people working there that I loved and it was such a big machine, but I felt you were just talking a minute ago about liking it here because you have freedom.
Yeah.
I didn't like the feeling of being filtered and edited and constricted and people just on you, being handled. I felt like I had a pit crew on me every day.
Every day. You'd be under a lot of scrutiny, but it's ironic because when watching your show, that's what I liked about it because you were more outspoken than talk show hosts normally are.
I was, but that's when the producer would look at me and be like, no, you can't say that. Virginia's pissed off. I felt like I was in a box and you can't have the conversations go on too long. It's kind of like you're telling me your deepest personal story. And I'm like, well, hold on. We have Pampers who's given us $2,000 in free. Like, you got to kind of get in and get out and drive traffic rather than just let it breathe and have a conversation. And you can't really be inappropriate during daytime television.
You need a podcast. That's a solution.
I have a mouth for nighttime, I really do. It was not, or for cable, or for radio. It was just not where I felt comfortable.
Bethenny Frankel was here.
We were trying to wonder, are you a Scorpio?
I am. How do you know?
Because
freak.
he said it's a bed freak. I'm a Scorpio and Tracy's a Scorpio.
What are your birthday? I'm the 4th.
17th.
13th.
Nice.
Yeah, so
yes. All right.
And as soon as you came in, you said, you don't like this, you don't like that, you need that's how we are. We were like, she must be.
Really?
We think so. She's a Scorpio. We wanted to ask you before we walked in, and we don't have that information.
That's so no one says that. That's so funny. Yes, you got some crazy bitches in here today.
Yeah. You know, Bethenny, I deal with on a daily basis.
Yeah. And, what are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, well, we get along great. That's
I
why
know.
it works.
It works.
And I was reading chapter 9 of your book, I Suck at Relationships, so you don't have to. 10 rules for not screwing up your happily ever after. And I knew you were a Scorpio because I read this out of chapter 9. You can think up a million rules about how you should and shouldn't have sex, and then you can break them all. They say you should never have sex on the first date, and often that's true, but I've been known to have the occasional one-night stand. And I was like, this is why I like Bethenny right here.
Well, I think that if you really want to be in a relationship with the person that you're dating, it's a good idea to not sleep with them on the first date. But if you do it, you got to figure out how to get the ball back. And you got to act like a man. You got to get the hell out of there in the morning and act like that was your decision and you are in control. And you also have to be a freak. You have to be great in bed so they want to come back and you can sort of like reset.
Yeah.
But the guy is going to think that you're a little promiscuous or that you do that with everybody.
Yeah.
So, you're going to have to do something to control the fact that you just laid it down.
You just laid it down, and you do that often.
No, obviously.
Okay. And you say good sex usually means good communication, but sometimes you can use it as an excuse not to deal with the problem.
Well, I do think that good sex. First of all, I don't think that everybody is interested in sex as their first priority in a relationship, but I think it's a huge priority for me personally because it does indicate communication and respect. If you don't respect your man, you're not going to respect him in bed. If a man is a man and he's the provider and he's the pursuer and he's a strong man, in bed, you're going to like that he takes control or just the dynamic. And if you're not communicating in your relationship, you're not going to be communicating well in sex, unless it's sort of like just revenge or makeup or really overly passionate, which is good too. But that really good sex is usually an indication of good communication in your relationship, in my opinion.
I agree.
What's bad sex? Like, what? Give me an example of what was bad sex for you.
Bad sex is, it's kind of like eating pasta at the Olive Garden. It's still pasta, but like it's not anything to really to brag about or like you're not going there for it. You go in there because there's like a lot of it and you can just have it and it's not, the cost isn't that high, but it's not anything epic.
What about someone who was trying to impress you and maybe you went for a move that was just like it fell flat?
A sexual move?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think anyone should get too creative too soon.
Okay.
I don't think you should get too creative too soon. I think you got to kind of I think less is more in the beginning. I don't think anyone needs to be like tying you up and putting you in a dog collar on the first date. You know what I mean?
You gotta save some for the finale.
I think
the octagon. So what? So when you do the octagon, like how many days?
Wait, what's an octagon? Does that involve 8 people?
No,
8 moves.
Oh.
Sway invented
one
the
full
octagon.
motion.
Hence the word sway.
So you see, Bethany, I knew we would see eye to eye on some things.
It
Okay.
connects.
It's
So
8 moves, but they
fluid
happen.
motion.
Well, it's 8 different moves that's happening at one time. Well, no.
What are you, an octopus?
One fluid motion.
One fluid motion, so you can seamlessly go through 8 different positions.
Wow. I got it. And you got to be smooth.
Got to be
It's
smooth.
it seems like it's all about the transitions.
It's about the transition, but it's about the communication too with the person that you're with. I usually get stuck around 4 or 5. You know, that's when it's an uphill battle.
It's like a marathon.
Yeah.
You got to like get through the last couple of miles. That's when you got to
exactly.
hydrate, eat some goo, and like plow straight through.
you got to eat some glue.
Goo. You
some
know, that's
glue.
goo is that stuff that like when on the side of the road they give you. It's like an energy pack.
Oh yeah, like when you run a marathon
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Eat
you
some
gotta-
glue and you keep going.
Yeah,
That's the
I
octagon.
understand. All right, well, talking about 8 different things, I want to ask you a question.
Yes.
I think that men have the ability that we wish we had more to work the burners. Men can be running games. You have your stove. You got one. This is about women. You
Yeah.
have 6 different women going. You got one on boiling, one is simmering, one you might take off. You're over that one, but you're always running game. And women, because you could be loving a woman and making her feel so great, and the next day say the same thing to somebody else,
Yeah.
and she feels great. And women don't have the capability to work the burners as well. And believe me, I'll die trying. Because I think it's like a job. If you don't have a job, you're not getting any jobs. If you have a job, everyone wants to hire you. If you have a couple of guys going, every other guy wants to come on your stove.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the burners?
We call it the rotation. And I
Which
think
could also be one of your octagon moves.
that's one of my octagon moves. You know, from my past, though. Let me point that out,
Right.
Bethany. But yeah, absolutely. I think we have the ability to turn off the emotion for one person we experienced the night before and turn it on to the person we're experiencing the night of. Yes, that's part of being a man.
Right. And women want to take a little bit of that. That's the same thing about walking out the next day after a one-night stand and acting like it was your decision.
Yeah.
I'm not saying women want to be exactly like men, but women want to marry somebody at the right time. They want to like pull any guy in, the closest guy, because their biological clock is ticking, because whatever's going on, they saw the fairy tale princess books. And men could say they're never going to be in a relationship, but they meet the right girl and they are locked because they go with their gut.
Yeah.
They go with their gut.
Go with your gut instinct.
And we should do that more.
Damn, you learned how to think like a man pretty damn well, Bethany. What the hell? Shit, you giving me advice on how to be me. Bethenny Frankel is here. You want to talk with her? 888-742-3345. Sway in the morning. There's a book called I Suck at Relationships So You Don't Have To. 10 Rules for Not Screwing Up Your Happily Ever After by Bethenny Frankel, who is here, and I'm finding out like this is my homeboy.
You like it? Yeah,
like
y'all are kicking it. It's good though.
I can hang out with Bethany. So I was like pissed at her for giving up so much game. Like
He says I'm breaking guy code.
But to a degree you are, and I think, and we talk about this a lot. Sway and Tracy and we all talk about it. I think even for me, like it took me a long time before I was ready to like chill. Just that one, sort of like you said, that frame of mind. But every relationship is sort of different. Don't you agree? Like for me,
absolutely.
like Sway always says, well, it's communication, but I think it's compromise. Like people ask me, how have I been married for so long? But it's due to compromise, more compromising than communication.
Well, it's when you're ready to compromise for that right person. And I think that women think that men are stupid and men think that women are crazy. So you have to find your brand of stupid and crazy. It's like, that's the idiot that I want to change for.
Yeah, I can deal with that.
That's the crazy
Yeah.
lady that I'm going to change for. I think it's that.
Totally, that compromise. So I totally agree.
And then we were just talking about closing out all your tabs.
Yeah.
You get into something new and you get into something and now you want to be serious and take everybody off the burners. You got to close out your tabs.
Oh,
close
you
the
know
tabs.
what? Then what are your thoughts? Because yesterday was National Ex-Spouse Day. And then we were having this entire big discourse on whether it's okay to be friends with your exes. I think it can be fine. The ones you have to worry about are like your old fuck buddies. Those are the ones.
I agree. I think if you have kids, it would be ideal to be in a good relationship with your ex-spouse because you get to be with your children more. And then you could have possibly civil holidays together. That would be a dream for me. That's not a possibility, but that would be a dream for me. But yeah, ex guys that used to sleep with, I don't know. You got to keep them on the way back burner for when you break up with somebody. You don't want to like be rude to them and never speak to them again. You just got to put them in a freezer. Like they have to be Austin Powers before he came out and like peed for 45 minutes.
Damn. So why
lock their asses up
why
until
you
you
can't
need
be
them?
rude?
Right?
You know?
Why you can't be rude? I don't talk to them, the exes.
Right, because you're married and we'll know you'll be married forever. But
nothing. You can't swear by anything.
I don't think there's any reason to be rude. I think you should get along with them. You never know. It's just like a business partner. You never know when you might get into business with somebody again.
You got any from the back burner that hang out that still?
I mean, truth be told, if they never were really on the front, if they never really made it to the front, then they're not. You don't really want them. But sometimes it's nice when you're single just to have somebody to go out to dinner with, and you might meet friends through them, like or get some perspective on something. They also know you pretty well, so they might be able to say you made this mistake or don't make that mistake again. So I don't think I'm not a person who likes to cut everybody off. The exes. I'm not friends with them on the regular, but
you don't cut them off completely.
Don't cut them off.
No, because if you ever once really loved someone, I think it's very strange and unnatural to like now just they're dead to you. I mean, I may speak to somebody once a year. I'm not saying they're in my life, but I like to know that if you once had a connection, that you could kind of connect back.
Bethenny Frankel giving up game. Frank is on the line from Oklahoma City. Good morning, Frank. How you doing?
Morning.
Good morning, man.
Damn, Frank. Sounds grouchy.
He mad at Bethenny too for breaking guy code.
Well, I can't be mad at her for doing it, but maybe Tyler Perry or somebody like that, you know, like who's giving up the game. Hey, but nah, man, I was just kind of excited because this is the first time I've ever got through to your show, man, and we've had XM for almost 2 years. It's kind of crazy.
Wow, you're a citizen, man.
That's Sway in the morning.
Yeah. Hey, but hey, good morning, Heather. I love you, man. You're funny as hell.
I love you too.
Yeah, man. It's cool if the women give it up because they need to be informed about what guys are thinking. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I agree with everything she's saying. But now, Sway, if you was giving up the game, I'd kind of be a little upset, man.
You'd be mad at me if I was doing that, right? Like I
wouldn't
take
be mad. I'd be upset. I mean, not because I'm just saying, I don't think you're going to bump into any of my girls or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Well, the first chapter of the book is called Understand the Man, because I think that women really don't understand that a man, when he walks in the door, doesn't want her to want to workshop everything that happened and let's talk about it and why don't you feel what I feel. A man wants to masturbate, eat, sleep, play with his dog, and just have a moment of effing silence. And a woman wants to talk it through. And let's talk about why you didn't think what I thought and why didn't you make anniversary reservations and why do you not know what you're doing 2 weeks from Thursday. And you have to understand the differences between men and women in order to work.
And why you won't pick up your socks? Give her a round of Bethenny is our male hero. Jade and Callie. Good morning, Jade.
Sway be getting in trouble for leaving his socks around. That's all I heard.
Too much, though. It's too much of an issue over socks.
It's a big deal. Yeah, but if it's so much of an issue, pick up. What does it take? 2 seconds to pick up a sock? Do you want to hear that shrill voice every day?
You just said a man wants to sit down, not think about nothing, basically go brain dead.
Well, it's spring. Don't wear socks.
Well, that's why I take them off.
All right, I was going to say, you know what I mean? It's spring.
Need to pick them up. All right, Jade, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Jade?
I'm good. On my way to work.
Okay. Say hello to Bethenny.
Hi.
Honey, how are you?
Good, thank you.
Great. I want to take it back to the whole sex talk. Sorry.
Okay.
I've been married to my husband for 6 months now, and we've been together for almost 3 years. And he's very conservative, and I'm not. And I just want to know, how do I bring out all my crazy sexual things without scaring him?
Oh, well, I think you should bring it out slowly, but I think you should, alcohol is definitely necessary for that, don't you think? And I think positive reinforcement. If he does something that's not even that exciting, you make it like it's the biggest deal. It's mind-blowing, so then he gets a little bit more encouragement to try something else, and then you won't look like a crazy person when you try your stuff. I think it's kind of baby steps, but I do think that men are babies, and that they do like encouragement. Rather than saying all the things they don't do, I think saying, wow, God, it's so big. Wow, you're so, God, it's so hard. Oh, my God, look at your chest. It gets them really, they like to hear that kind of stuff. But you got to be convincing.
I like hearing it from you, Bethenny.
Right?
All
right?
right.
You know what I mean? I think that they need that.
Can you say that again?
Yeah.
Just do it again for me.
You're so hot. Oh, my God, it's so big. Look at it. Oh, my God, what did you do? Wow.
Damn.
Good.
That's what it's like waking up with Bethenny in the morning. Jay, thanks for your call. All right, Bethenny, since we have you here, DB, who's a big fan of yours and a big fan of the book, came up with a quiz for you.
Okay.
Yes, it's Love Tips.
Thank you.
Bethenny Frankel.
All right. Just the tip. That's part of the book. Just
That's
the tip.
it is. I was reading that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're going to throw a couple questions your way, and you give us your opinion on how to handle it.
Okay.
Question number 1. Your friend is having a bachelor party in Vegas, but your girl thinks it's a bad idea. How do you turn her insecurity into trust?
You got to make a lot of phone calls, and you should probably suggest a girl's weekend with like spa treatments and make something really excited for her and act like you're a little insecure about what she's going to be doing so she feels like she's really confident and she's got game. Women need to feel like they're kind of the man, not the desperate loser sitting home waiting. So you have to be like, wow, I mean, if you want to go, or get one of her girlfriends to ask her, and then you'd be like, I mean, I don't really want you going, but you know what can I really say? I'm going to Vegas, and you know what? I don't like this group of guys. They don't roll the way I do, but I have to. It's my friend, and I've known him for so long, and you know, he's been there for me through all these amazing things. When my great-great-grandmother passed away, he was there. I have to go to Vegas. I really don't want to go. It's so goddamn hot too.
Jesus.
God.
Damn, Bethany. Shit, you about to be my road dog. I'll be hitting you up on weekends. What are you doing? Come hang out with the fellas.
Well, I really do. My goal is I have to date a black man.
Really?
I have to. Why haven't I?
You've never dated a black
man? No,
man?
and Andy Cohen thinks it's an absolute crime. He really does. Andy Cohen's like, this is our mission.
Wow.
So get
you never
on it.
Dated a
yes,
black
because
guy.
yes. So it's like it's open. It's an open field, man. None of your, you know what I mean? None of your African American friends. I know I've dated.
That guy right there.
We're going to AC next Friday.
I love it.
Come,
Let's go.
I mean?
I'm invited. I'm ready to go.
Okay.
It's
All right.
ridiculous.
Question number 2. The person you're dating sends you a nude pic, but then asks for one in return. Only you're not comfortable with that. What should you do?
First of all, you can't put that out there. You cannot put that out there because men are children and they will send it to everyone. I mean, you can do something sexy. It can be kind of like a bathing suit or something, you know, sheer, but it really has to be something that the world and society, and I usually don't care what people think, wouldn't think is something like too overt. It has to be just something really as sexy, like some sort of Rihanna picture type of thing, where it's just like the hint, and it will give him what he needs, but do not mess up your whole thing for that.
Guys don't share pictures like that.
You never had black slong. You never had sex with a black guy.
I have not. I mean, the night is young, okay, but I have not. I know.
Damn, have you fantasized about it?
I haven't, but I will tonight. Last night I thought about it. Andy Cohen talked about it. It's just, you know, I'm newly single, so I'm ready.
You ready?
Black
I'm ready.
man that comes to mind?
I'm ready. I mean, no, not yet. I have a couple that I've thought of, but I would rather leave it to you guys to
Assign you?
to give me a big
Black.
No, a big assortment. A big assortment of choices, okay? I really do. I consider it research.
You
Okay,
gotta
this
have
is
that.
just research because I'm going to write another book.
Yeah, you.
Right.
Okay, so
It's going to be called I Suck Something Else.
Okay.
So you don't have to.
black cock.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't have to?
Right. Yes. That's what it's going to be.
Wait, what's it going to be called?
It's going to be called. We don't know. It's
No,
gonna
I
be,
like that one. I like.
All right.
I suck black. Well, I can't say it. You have to say it.
no.
Yeah. I can't say it. What the hell?
Wash your mouth out, man.
Yeah. I can't say that.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Oh, yeah, the quiz. All right, so you find out your significant other once slept with your best friend years before you two started dating. Should you break it off or charge it to the game?
You know, it's a grandfather clause thing. It's, you know, you can't. It sucks, but it really does suck. But that person's grandfather, and it was a long time ago. It's not a great situation. And I do talk about the fact in this particular book that if you want to go sleep with someone just because it's fun and you just want to do it the first night, great. But you don't know who they might know. And if there's somebody else in their whole kind of world that you might end up with. So if it's a real randomo, you're away in New Orleans and like it's just the weekend and you're never going to see any of these people again. But if it's someone that might be close to your circle, pick who you're going to pick because that person's guys probably won't sleep with you because of guy code. So you have to really, I think you have to choose wisely and think about who you're sleeping with.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah, I never slept with
Yeah, I'm sure. Whatever you're about to say, I'm sure none of this is true.
Yeah, let me pull out of that. Damn, Bethany,
She knows
you know me way too well.
Yeah.
Wow, Bethenny Frankel, thanks. Hey, this has been a true treat having you come by the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, big fan of yours, and
Thank you.
congratulations
Definitely.
on all your success.
Thank you.
We were talking about that as well. Who you are as a businesswoman, because Heather B has a platform that she started.
Awesome.
The happy hour. We were talking about. I was telling him how I'm a fan of your Skinnygirl product and how you just did everything with it, the alcohol and the whole nine. And I have the happy hour with Heather B. And I was like, wow, if she's not a Scorpio, at least we have drinking in common.
So we have everything in common, but I'm going to send you guys everything over here. All the chips, the booze, the microwave
thank
popcorn.
you.
We have like 20 products.
Question. I saw a rumor that you've been coming out with Skinnygirl weed. Is
And
that
you
true?
all got really excited. I'm in the booze business. I'm not in the weed business.
So that's not true?
That's not true.
What about if it's legalized in every state? Would you consider?
You guys could call me when it's legalized in every state. We'll come back and talk about that. But I'm in the booze business and the munchies business.
I love it.
Okay.
Nah, congratulations.
Thank you.
I appreciate
All right,
it.
Thank
Bethany,
you.
thanks for coming by. You guys get the book, I Suck at Relationships, so you don't have to. 10 rules for not screwing up your happily ever after. And also the Real Housewives of New York City, Tuesday nights on Bravo. Bethany, thanks for coming through.
That was awesome.
All right.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shea 45.